All right, another question here. So as a practitioner of the Tai Chi martial art, I would like to know from your perspective, Bashar, what is happening when we on Earth, when an individual practices Tai Chi? What is happening on an energetic level? What is happening on a biological level? From your perspective, right? Obviously, you can see different things per se that we can't perceive yet. So, from your perspective, what is happening to an individual's system when they're practicing Tai Chi? Peace.
You are raising your frequency and allowing your neurological network, in other words, your nervous system, to be far more coordinated and capable of handling higher frequency energies in a superconductive way.
Hi, Bashar.
Good day. What would you like to discuss this day?
So I know the formula is the most important thing to be, I think, focusing on. And I believe I have some negative beliefs that are preventing me from doing that as best as I can.
Well, at least you have the positive belief that you have some negative beliefs that are getting in your way.
Okay. I've done some digging and I'm finding that I can't really figure out what it is. Like, I know that there's like not deserving, not capable, but I feel like I'm missing something, if that makes sense.
So are you saying that you have discovered you do have a belief that you're not deserving? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but
what makes you so different from everyone else that you're the only one that doesn't deserve?
And I've heard you question that before, and I know I'm deserving to be on Earth, I think, but I guess it's when it's dealing with things that I am desiring, I guess.
Are you desiring, or are you insisting that those things have to come into your life in order for you to feel like you deserve?
I think I'm definitely insisting.
Well, you know what happens when you do that.
Yes. I feel like I'm not living the life that I want to be living. And
what is it you wish to be living? What do you wish to be doing that you're not doing? What's your passion that you are not allowing yourself to act on?
So I'm a healer, and I'm healing in ways, but not necessarily in ways that I might wish to. I'm working towards it, but
Can you tell us the difference between tell us the difference between what you're doing and what it is you would wish to do?
So I'm a nurse, and so that's, more traditional way of healing.
Right. And the way that you would wish to heal is what?
A lot of different things. I like writing. I like energy.
All right. And why can't you do those things?
So I am.
Well, then what's the problem?
I guess I'm coming up against fear.
Against fear of what?
Putting myself out there, I guess.
Because what are you afraid will happen if you do?
That I will be rejected or not taken seriously.
Oh, all right. Do you understand the one-sided coin analogy we have used?
Remind me.
All right. You understand that there's no such thing as a one-sided coin. If you have a head, there has to be a tail for there to be a coin at all, yes?
Yes. Okay.
So the idea is, if you have a gift that you're excited to give, that is your indication that there must be someone waiting to receive it, or it would be pointless for you to be excited about giving it. There are no one-sided coins in reality. You have a gift, someone is waiting to receive it.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter how many people reject it. It doesn't matter how many people think you're crazy. They are not the ones waiting to receive it anyway.
Okay.
But there are those that are waiting to receive it. And the longer you wait to share it, the longer you are depriving them of what it is they may need in their life. That's not very nice.
No. I have put myself out there in some ways and I kind of got crickets. So is that a sign, like it felt like there was absolutely no interest? Is that a sign that maybe I should be doing it in a different way, maybe?
Not necessarily. It could be a sign that you're not really willing to put yourself out there fully.
Okay.
Because you're getting the exact response that you want to get because you're afraid that that's the response you're going to get.
Okay.
So you're being shown unerringly, in no uncertain terms, by getting what appears to be no feedback, you're getting the feedback that is actually reflective of your fear.
Okay. Is there a way I can work around that?
Well, you can look for examples in your reality of people that are doing the kinds of things you say you would love to do and see that they're doing just fine. And if they can do it, why can't you? That's one way. What's so
Okay.
different about them, except that they don't question the ability they have? They're willing to really put it out there. They're willing to relax into it. They're willing to take a deep breath and let out a big sigh and say, it doesn't really matter who doesn't accept this. What matters is the service I can provide to those who are willing and seeking what it is I have to give, because that's your only audience anyway. Who cares what the others think?
Okay. So just focusing more on that than
Why
the other
not?
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Of course, because what you focus on is what you get.
Yes. Okay. That's definitely something I need to redirect a lot. I focus on the negative thought.
All right. So again, do it in whatever way works for you. You can just take a moment. You can put it out there in a way that allows you to sort of do it quietly. But again, when you get used to it, you'll realize there was no point in hesitating anyway, because it's truly who you are. And when you're trying to be someone you're not, it's exhausting, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired?
Yes.
Well, the remedy for that, the cure for that, is to be yourself. Because being sick and tired only comes when you're trying to be someone you're not.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Let the tears flow, because when you change your belief, a lot of the belief systems that you have held on to always have to develop a physical component, a chemical component in your body to match what it is you've been holding on to. So when you're willing to let go of a belief, the chemical constituents have to wash themselves out of your body too. And that happens more often than not than through your tears. So let it flow.
Thank
Feel the
you.
relief, tears of relief, tears of release.
I've been doing that a lot this month. So thank
All
you.
right. Be yourself. That's the only thing you actually can be anyway. So you might as well just be yourself as soon as possible, because anything else is too much of a struggle. You can't be something you're not, no matter how hard you try. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Aveo.
I fail. Hi, Bashar. Thank you for taking my question. So, you have stated before that our economic system in the future will be based on the skills of our people, of our citizens, and that's very, very exciting to me. And I was curious if so we have a concept called time banking that and not a lot of people really partake in. It's more popular, I think, in the UK than it is in the US. But I was wondering if that type of system is a stepping stone, if you will, in getting us towards what you say is going to be more of a flow chart system where an organizing body is going to be facilitating who needs what services and skills and connecting people synchronistically. Because I'm just very interested in the time banking and skill swap type thing. So I'm wondering if you could just comment any more on that. Thank you. Ha'atu Aveo.
It can be. It can be a stepping stone. Again, we operate on pure synchronism, really absolutely trusting that synchronicity brings us exactly where we need to be when we need to be there, with the skills that the people around us will need at that particular point. But the idea of what you're talking about can certainly be a practicing stepstone.
Hello, Bashar.
Good day, good day.
You're sounding hale and fit.
Of course. Are you?
Thank you. My first question of three is whether you and your people utilize something analogous to our clothing. Do
Yes.
you cover
Yes.
yourselves with something appropriate to your vibratory level? And
Yes.
why is clothing so important to us as humans?
Well, you have many issues surrounding the idea of clothing, many negative and many positive. It just depends on how you use it. Some people fear not being covered up because they feel too exposed. Some people use it to advertise and demonstrate who they actually are. It's kind of a badge of your spiritual side, even though you're physical sometimes. There are as many reasons for clothing and using it in different ways as there are people. In general, our idea of clothing is very simplistic. it would appear to be something in your language as a skin-tight fabric that is kind of a nanotechnological thing that adapts to different environments. It can change its form, its color to serve different purposes. The things we wear can, to some degree, mitigate the temperature, and it can actually even turn into a spacesuit if we wish it to. So it serves many functions, made out of a similar material that can alter itself in a variety of ways.
Mhm. Yeah, well, my second question is in regard to our seeming mania with celebrities, entertainment, games, and spectator sports in our modern culture. Is
Yes.
there a spiritual reason for this, that we have gone down this path?
Well, again, there are always positive and negative reasons for any experience and expression in your reality, but in general, to generalize it, it's one way of understanding that physical reality is a game. It's your projection. So how well you play the game, you can gain practice in playing the game of life by playing other games. And the celebrity aspect is simply your recognition that you are all stars within. You all have that inner light. You all have that spark. And if you use the idea of celebrity as a reflection, that you can be who you truly are, and you can attain within yourself, no matter whether you have an audience or not, the status of celebrating who you are, for that's what celebrity is, a celebration of who you are, then it's a reflection that can be used that way. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Bashar.
And the third?
Third is our current undertaking of our country in this Artemis program to return to the moon.
Yes.
Is there a spiritual dimension to this, or it is totally, again, man's dominion of the clockwork universe?
Do you not see a spiritual dimension of your expansion of consciousness being reflected by your expansion to the stars?
I don't know.
Again, remember, everything that happens in physical reality is a reflection of things going on in your consciousness. So as you explore the idea of the expansion of your consciousness, you will expand your presence out into the universe, because it's a reflection of the fact that you contain the universe within yourselves. Even listening to some of the astronauts who have been in space and them looking back at the Earth changes them in a way that they see the Earth as a whole planet. They don't see the borders. They don't see the differences. They see that you all belong in the same place, that you're all one. So that can have many spiritual dimensions to it by changing your perspective from being on the Earth to being beyond the Earth and looking back at it as a place of unification, as a nurturing place that really gives you all the ability to connect in very profound ways and erase the differences that are not important between you. Some differences are important, and it is the validation of those differences that will unify you. But the idea of the kinds of negative separations that you've created can be erased when you view the Earth as a whole from space. Many astronauts have had that experience. So yes, there's a spiritual
So
component.
will this endeavor better prepare us for eventual meeting of our space brothers?
Absolutely, because you're meeting us somewhere closer to our own natural environment. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Bashar.
You are welcome. Aveo.
Bye-bye.
Hey Bashar, I want to ask you about the fifth dimension. Is the fifth dimension to you like time is for us? It's like we're definitely aware of it, but we physically can't move in it. Thank you very much.
Well, part of you is moving in it because your higher mind is in the fifth dimension, because the fifth dimension is the spirit realm, and that's your natural state. So yes, in a sense, we can move through and in the fifth dimension. This is the reason we express ourselves as quasi-physical, because we have traits of both physical beings and spirit beings. And therefore, the fifth density, fifth dimensionality, is very solid and real to us in a way, even though we recognize it as a non-physical vibration.